Welcome all to another episode of Hermes Hot Takes, and we back at it again, y'all. And I'm excited today. Why am I so excited? Because my nigga Afro Man is the GOAT, bro. Afro Man is the GOAT. Now, after going to war with the police, right? They rammed in my man's door. They got a warrant for no reason, right? Y'all already know the story, right? I'm coming out and recapping for those of you who don't know. He got a bogus charge or whatever. Not even a charge, just a warrant that's supposed to be for like kidnapping and narcotics or something else like that. Police come, knock through his whole door, search his whole house, apparently. Don't find nothing. Don't find evidence of nothing. You don't even end up getting charged with anything. But then he asked them, will they fix the door? They're not going to fix the door. He had to sue them for years, right? And I guess in the process of all that, because you know the police...
Who is Afro?
Who is Afro Man? Because I got high, Afro Man? I was gonna get a job, and then I got high. So you know about the GOAT. Oh. Anyway, Wednesday doesn't know anything. Afro Man, the legend from the past, has come back and had a whole new run. Because what he do, like Tupac, he went against the ops and dropped mad diss records, right? He dropped a hit 'em up on the police, diss records on the police who broke down his door, who wouldn't give him the bread to fix his door, and also I think robbed him of some cash or something like that. And he had some hits, he had some bangers, right? Again, there's been all over the internet. I'm not saying nothing new. Whimsy, check out his one banger, Will You Help Repair My Door? Which is Afro Man asking the local sheriff's office, I believe, what they gonna do after the raid. So the whole video even has footage of the actual raid. They cut his cameras off, but man's had the footage from before they cut the cameras off of when they came in, mad dirty, kicked in the door. This is the hit record from my man Afro Man. Go ahead, drop the banger.
Will you help me repair my door? Did you find what you was looking for?
Sorry.
Will you help me repair my gate and door?
So you see, they come through like the army kicking it, right?
Would you like a slice of 11-pound cake?
Damn.
You can take as much as you want to take.
Yo, his fat ass did peep that.
There must be a big mistake. Woo! Would you like to have a slice of my...
Nah, he did a double take. No, cut it right there. Cut it right there. Mans did a double take for the cake, right? So they just came in grimy, bro. They came in hungry. They came in grimy. They thought they was going to disrespect my man, Afro Man, right? They go, not only do they not pay for homie door, they go and sue my man Afro Man for defamation for making fire ass diss tracks. He got like 10 diss tracks on each officer where he break down how each officer did him dirty. And they try to suppress man's freedom of speech, right? Now, this is beautiful to say. It's a beautiful day for America. He went to court, dressed like a pimp, dressed like USA. And he won. He won the case. He countersued them, won the case. And this is what America is all about. Now, in the process of this, he's going on his little clout run. I saw that there was this article I was reading somewhere on the internet that this man was doing an interview after the court case. It said now that he paid, he about to buy a bunch of land somewhere and create a kingdom. Create a kingdom. And it's a magical kingdom, right? Where black people don't use the N-word. I think there's an article somewhere about it. What was it? Probably check somewhere on MS Now or something. Where Afro Man buying him his little cut of paradise and wants to start his own micronation, right? Something like that. Whimsy, would you have your own micronation?
Like, is that kind of like a commune?
Yeah, like a commune.
Yeah, I would.
Like, I feel like a cult is a slur. A commune is like we on hippie shit. A micronation, I don't know. That shit sound official. I don't know. Anyway, Afro Man wants to build micronation on newly purchased 195-acre property that bans the use of the N-word. Now, I just even saw this as a headline, and you know, I got my popcorn ready because I'm just ready. I'm all ears. I'm ready for it. Like a nigga dressed like this, also telling me that he's starting his own commune. Like, I'm just so down. How, Whimsy, you down? How could you not be down?
I need more information.
Let's get more information. Let's scroll on down. Since some of us are prejudiced, we need more information.
Are you watching this video?
No, we're scrolling down further past that. We like words. Can I read a word?
Yeah.
Afroman has made it known that he wants to build a micronation on a large plot of land he recently purchased. In a recent interview with Andrew Callahan, the rapper brought up his new property and what he envisions doing with it. I bought 195 acres. I want a real hood. He said around the hour 5:30 mark in the video above. I want a real country that I control, like my land is my country. I'm the judge. I'm the president. I'm the army. I'm the police. So, go ahead, click where it says continue reading. So, Afroman wants his own little kingdom, right? Where he controls the vibes. Keep scrolling. They're comparing it to this other dude, right? When asked what rule he would implement for his own micronation, Afroman immediately said he would prohibit the use of the N-word. I would like to have a whole bunch of land to fence it off, and all black people who don't like using the N-word, they don't refer to their brothers and sisters as the N-word. They don't want the N-word being said to their children. I would set up a nation for them. Is you in or is you in? Do you need more explanation or do you need more explanation, bro?
I like what I'm hearing, but I need a little bit more information.
Yeah?
Yes.
I think let's just go to the interview because he talks about it a bit in the interview.
Which one?
It's at the time mark. I think there's a link to it from the article. And then if you just go over. Yeah, and it's already there. So this Afroman is declaring the AfroKingdom. He's declaring the AfroKingdom a place of refuge where no N-word will be mentioned. I think he brings it up here. Afroman.
One moment. Try not to blast my ears.
Yo, I want Afroman blasting my ears. I want that crank to 100.
All right, well, I can't fix it, so I guess that's just what it's going to be.
Black neighborhood. A black neighborhood in America was never designed by black people for black people. It's just like this leftover garbage thing. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So as far as I'm concerned, a young black baby don't have a decent environment to come up in. Too many evil spirits have access to a young black child. There's
Facts.
no healthy place for him to grow up. I would like to have a whole bunch of land, like to fence it off, and all the black people that don't like using the N-word, they don't refer to their brothers and sisters as the N-word, they don't want the N-word being said to their children. I would set up a nation for them, and I would exclude the self-proclaimed nigger. God bless him, I'll do business with him. If the world attack black people as a whole, I will help him in battle. But when peace arrives, I will separate myself from this man. I believe he contaminates and poisons the American black soul. And I create an environment where a young black person can grow up, know that they are a brother, they are Afro-American. And I would nurture and raise a good citizen. And then I'd let him know, outside of this fence, the people outside of this fence are gonna address you with the most offensive word in the English language. But just know that's not you. And just know not to do nothing with these type of people. Don't trust a person that calls you that, you know, blah, 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 blah. That's one of the main rules that I would have in my community. And then all the other sensible laws. Like, of course, don't steal, don't kill. But the only one that I think I'd have is like, you can't say the N-word. And if somebody invites somebody over and they use the N-word, I'd have my own security guards pull up and ask that person to leave our environment.
Damn, nigga, cut it right there.
Visitors and volunteers?
Yes, you can come visit.
Cut it right there.
As a matter of fact, we actually
cut it right there. Because honestly, we don't even need to hear about the white residents. We don't need to hear about white people. That is savage as fuck, my nigga. Like that is, I understand the timing he's on, but I'm just, in my head, I'm just like, damn, just leave, offer it. Like you ain't get no slack at all. Whimsy, you move into AfroKingdom, right? How many strikes do you think you get? Like how many times, if somebody said to you right now, you can never say nigga for the rest of your life, do you think you'd never slip up again?
I would never slip up again. I do not use this word.
So never? How often do you think you use the N-word?
How often?
Yeah.
I could probably count on one hand the amount of times in my entire life I used the N-word.
You capping?
I'm not.
I probably only heard you probably say like one time.
Literally one time. Mm-hmm. And in total, it's probably like 2 times.
I feel like for me, I would go in with the best of intentions, the best heart. I'm ready. I'm ready to accept the ethos. But Afroman got to give me some strikes, bro.
Straight to jail.
Straight to jail? Like even with jail, it's supposed to be three strikes you're out, you know, go from the...
That's not how it works.
I mean, when you start, you want some juvenile court shit or whatever, and you get your first couple pleas, I don't know. That's not how it be?
Depends on what you did.
Anyway, I need some strikes, bro. I need at least like 30 strikes. I need 30 strikes. Like 30 times to just get it off, but no, I'm doing better.
You're not cut out.
I'm not cut out?
Mm-mm.
But like how many strikes do I get? Because it's just like, how you
Strike
really...
one.
Yo, it would be hard as a motherfucker. I'd be kicked out right now. They would like 300 kick me out like right now. Like military boot to my back. Afroman's like you know, his glorious afro swinging in the wind.
Is that his real hair?
Yeah, bro. What do you mean? It's magnificent, bro.
I don't think
of
that's
course,
his real
bro.
hair.
Yo, it's the strength of the drip. Why is it not his real hair?
The hairline, it doesn't really make sense. I don't think that's his hair.
Because of his hairline?
I think it's a wig.
You think it's just that luxurious?
It's part of the getup. Has he had a afro before? Or
He's always had an afro.
Oh, he's Afro man, like that.
I mean, yeah, it would make sense. It's crazy how things come full circle like that, right? No, but you really think it's a wig? That's a crazy take.
I take it back. I mean, he's Afro man. So
nah, that's the craziest take.
It looks kind of like a wig.
Nah, bro, that shit has been luxurious since like 1993, bro.
All right, I'll put some respect.
Put some respect on Afro Man name, bro. Anyway, how many chances you get? That's the real question. Also, like, how is this enforced? Like, I'm imagining this is a magical world because, like, it's AfroKingdom, right? Like, he's starting his own kingdom. So it's a magical world like Hogwarts or whatever, right? Like, I think to even get to this 195 anchors, you have to get a letter from Afro Man where he invites you as a magical Negro, you know, to join this magical society where we don't use the N-word. You go to platform 8 3/4, of course, right? You slip in the little wedge, and then you're just suddenly in AfroKingdom, right? And then you hear the music playing and everything. It's like the Harry Potter music, like, ba, 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 ba. And then you see like Black Hermione and Black Ron, and they say what's up to you. Say, hello, how are you? Welcome to our magical land where we don't use that bad word. We'll get you set up with wands in a second. I don't know why they have black British accents, but that's what they got, right? And you're in this magical world, right? You go get your wands with Ron and Hermione. You're having a great time. They tell you to stop by the tavern, and they have a whole bunch of snacks you ain't never heard of. So you go to the tavern, right? Just for a sec. You just want to go on a walk to check out this magical world where they got every type of, you know, black hair product. They got the best greens and the best grandma's apple pie you ever had. Like, everything is
I'm proud of you. You didn't get real racist with it, and you could have.
Yo, the amount of like different racist things I was thinking in my head that I skipped over. No grape soda drinks, no Kool-Aid drinks, no, none of these things being mentioned. No, American apple pie. Look at my man with the American flag on. In Afro Man's Magic Kingdom, which is just like Hogwarts, there will be grandma's magical apple pie there. That will be the best apple pie a black grandma could make. Everything you ever thought of is in this place. So you go on your magical walk through the afternoon, right? You got motherfuckers flying on dragons and shit, magical shit. There's dragons in Harry Potter. I'm a cabin. Whatever. I might be mixing up worlds. Who cares about that one? You get to the tavern. You see Ron after a beautiful, marvelous day. You look to your boy Ron, and you're just like, what up, my nigga? And then everybody scoffs in the bar like, he said the word. He said the word we shall not name. He said the word who shall not be named. It's like saying Voldemort in Harry Potter, but instead it's the N-word. He said the word. Everybody's quivering, right? Then all of a sudden, you're trying to diffuse. You don't want it to look too crazy. You're like, guys, chill, bro. You got to give a nigga some grace. The second time, the whole lights go out. The sky goes dark. The floorboard starts to come up. Wait, I'm sorry. The glass from the window breaks. Right? And the fucking Dementors come in. Afro Man's security in AfroKingdom will be A-Tray Dementors, which is some thugged out LA niggas coming in on broomsticks. And they'll look you straight in the face, and you'll be trying to say sorry, but you can't speak because you have that face where like Harry Potter's sitting there and the light's like streaming from his face and it's going toward like the dark Dementor soul. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, right. And the A-Tray Dementors, they fly over and they broomsticks. They come to look you in the face and they go, yo, you using the N-word like a weirdo, homie. You're gonna have to get to stepping. That's my terrible LA dude accent.
Yeah, do people in LA talk like that?
Not at all. Yo, you looking like a straight weirdo, homie. And then the other Dementor goes, on the dead homies, he gotta be stepping. Terrible LA accent, but that's
I'm so confused. Why are they from LA now?
Because Afro Man from LA. He the A-Tray goat, and he's using his magical powers to bring an AfroKingdom into fruition, and he needs the A-Tray Dementors to come and enforce. He said security going to remove you, but even when you're being removed, Afro Man's magical kingdom will come, and the Dementors will take you up on their broomsticks, and they'll fly you home. And on the fly home, you'll see Black Ron and Black Hermione, and they'll wave bye to you. And even Afro Man will look at you. He'll look at you with disgust, and he'll shake his head, no at you, as another Negro, as another self-proclaimed nigga. And his hair will blow in the wind gloriously, like how it always does. And you'll realize then the magic inside you all along. And I support all of it. That's why Afro Man gotta let me in, bro. Cause I already know it's the magic. What's going on outside? Is like a helicopter or something?
Sounds like it.
God damn. Brooklyn was fucking my shit up with the sounds and everything. Anyway.
Yeah, but why is it going on?
Whimsy, are you down to join?
Oh, yeah, I like the idea.
I feel like you're ready, Bill, for it.
You're not gonna make it, but
no, I can be reformed. I can be reformed. Actually, from here on, I'm not saying it. If I say it again in the episode, then
I'm gonna call it out.
The Dementors are gonna come for me, bro. Okay. What else we got going on here? Oh, AI news, more AI news. Sam Altman, the runner of the Open AI thing, or whatever. What is it called? ChatGPT. He put out an edict or something. He put out some type of statement to the world saying that we should all just get on welfare now and avoid the AGI catastrophe. There's some article on Business Insider about it if you want to pull it up. But it's just like, I don't know, these AI guys, everybody's talking about AI, and AI is supposed to, you know, like, who's going to wipe your ass because AI is going to be there to wipe your ass, and, you know, who's going to pick your nose because AI is going to be there to pick your nose. It's like, it gets kind of exhausting, you know, talking about this shit all the time, right? Business Insider. OpenAI calls for robot taxes, a public wealth fund, and 4-day work week to tackle AI disruption. Okay, and Sam Altman just perpetually looks like a dude with a suit who just got out of bed. OpenAI has some big ideas about how to deal with AI disruption. In a series of policy recommendations released on Monday, OpenAI said the rapid advance of AI would require far-reaching economic and political reforms, including a public wealth fund, taxes on automated labor, and potential 4-day work week. We're beginning a transition towards superintelligence, AI systems capable of outperforming the smartest humans even when they're assisted by AI. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. You guys have been saying this shit for fucking ever, but down to what he's actually trying to do. Okay, among the core policy suggestions in a public wealth fund, which would see lawmakers and AI companies work together to invest in long-term assets linked to the AI boom with returns distributed directly to citizens. So are they giving us a check or what? No, that's really what they want to hear. Another is that the government should encourage and incentivize employers to experiment with 4-day work weeks with no loss in pay and offer benefit bonuses tied to productivity gains from new AI tools. So what? They'll fire half of you, but the half we keep, we'll give them some AI bonuses if we can make them more productive with the AI. Is that what they're trying to say here? Scroll down some more. OpenAI also called for accelerated expansion of the U.S.'s electricity grid, which is already feeling the strain from a wave of data center construction and energy demand for training ever more powerful AI tools. Okay. So what does it all mean? Because I don't know. That was just gobbledygook. Sorry, adjusting my mic here. So basically, before the AI comes and takes your jobs and makes you irrelevant and makes it so you can't earn any money, let's get everybody on the welfare now, says Sam Altman. Sam Altman is making a bet that if I can just get the kiddos on the welfare now, right? If I can satiate them now, maybe they won't come for me later when we use the AIs to replace them, which is, honestly, that's probably the smartest move to take. I mean, you know, the reason why we have the Rockefeller Center or Carnegie Hall or any of these, you know, billionaire donation projects is because at some point, most of the time, you know, rich people decide that they probably should do something for the public before, you know, the pores eat them alive. So it kind of makes sense. It kind of makes sense, right? Would you accept a 4-day work week, Whimsy, if it meant that it was 50% less likely to get a job?
No.
No? Well, I think you're really ungrateful for saying that, actually. Because 4 days is kind of great. And if you don't realize that 4 days is kind of great, and yeah, maybe sometimes, you know, you got to get a second job, you know? Maybe sometimes you got to do DoorDash on the weekends between jobs. Yeah. But when you got a good job, when you got that job that you went to, you know, the school for that gave you all the debt, you know, when you get that job, you only got 4 days of it. Doesn't that sound great?
It does.
I think it sounds fantastic. I'm ready for it, right? And I don't understand what the kids are so ungrateful about, but lo and behold, they are ungrateful, right? Because somebody tried to do a meanie thing to my nigga Sam Altman. Afro Man, I apologize for that one. That one just slipped. Okay.
Strike 2.
Sam Altman, not even a nigga. Like, what are we doing here? That wasn't even worth the strike, and that didn't count as a strike. That was in the explanation of the word. No.
Strike 2.
Strike 2. Okay. I thought you were gonna say 3, but I like it. Let that one slide. Okay. Third eye open. Somebody did a meanie thing to Sam Altman. Could we see? I think there's some article about it. Somebody tried to bring harm to the man Sam Altman, who's just trying to help humanity. He's just trying to help. I'm not sure how, but he's trying to help some way. And then we got these ungrateful dirtbags. The digital trail of the 20-year-old accused of targeting OpenAI CEO Sam Altman. Another Business Insider article. We're about to get sponsored by Business Insider. Or is it AOL? Whatever. We got a young boy here, an ungrateful boy. Look at this young man. Did he hear about the 4-day work week? Did he hear about the UBI coming? I think in that same article before he was talking about let's expect Medicaid too. Did he hear? Did he get the point? Scroll down. Let's read about young man. Because I think he tried to blow up his house or something. What happened? Almost 1 year to the day before he traveled to California in what authorities said was a bid to kill OpenAI CEO Sam Altman, Daniel Moreno Gama handed in an assignment for a college English class. My most important belief can be described in one of my favorite proverbs. A society grows great when old men plant trees whose shade they know they shall never sit in. Read the assignment for Lone Star College in Montgomery, Texas, which was posted to a Substack account using his name in February. It's a quote that would appear again in the bio of an Instagram account linked to Moreno Gama. Okay, so he's a little hippie, right? And he's like, oh, you should be thinking about the future, blah, blah, blah. You know, tired of it. Anyway, continuing with the article. He did not mention artificial intelligence, Altman, or OpenAI, the company behind ChatGPT, though those were frequent topics of his writings over the 22 months leading up to the 20-year-old's Friday arrest. Since June 2024, posts from Instagram, Discord, Substack accounts linked to Moreno Gama paint a picture of a young man increasingly focused on AI and the existential threat it poses. But bro, they're bringing a 4-day work week, bro. Like, what's the existential threat? What's the problem? His arrest comes amid a broader rise in discontent with, and in some cases, violence against big tech and corporate America. All right, let's scroll a bit. We got it. Okay. By earlier this year, posts linked to him became even more fatalistic. Exploring the idea of martyrdom, one post reads, "It's my personal belief that there is no truer form of love than that of a martyr." Last week, authorities say Moreno Gama tossed a lit Molotov cocktail at Altman's San Francisco home and threatened an attack on OpenAI's nearby headquarters. Public defender Diamond Ward said on Tuesday Moreno Gama has a history of autism and mental health illness, and that her client's actions appear to have been driven by an acute mental health crisis. Okay, and we have a picture there of him. Yo, man's really look like, what's that dude? Is his name Che Guevara? Where the shirt where the guy throws the cocktail and his blah blah blah. He's a baby Che, no? I think that's who it is. Whimsy's always just behind the mic, just like shaking her head in disapproval, like.
No, I just have no idea what you're saying. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yo, but Mans is really getting active. He's really out here getting active. And you know what I appreciate about this? Since Luigi, there's been a couple of y'all copycat dudes, right, out here, right, who want to write words on bullets and, you know, have y'all manifestos. But I appreciate man's found his whole swag, you know, with the Molotov cocktail. You know, he wasn't just biting. He didn't do the whole I'm going to write on some bullets thing. It's played out. People, he brought back the Molotov cocktail, you know. Everything has its season. He brought back the trendy thing. But I think people were concerned about this in general because the reaction again on the internet has been very, very pro free this man, or, you know, who cares if Sam Altman gets hit type ish, you know, has unfortunately been the temperature on the internet, and people have been like, oh, people are getting more extreme. Here's my thing. I'm tired of all the AI drama altogether. Okay, right? People are gassing it. I think people at this point are gassing it, okay? Right? Because at the end of the day, chat still can't do everything, right? Like, it might take my job, right? It might take Whimsy's job. You know, there might be AI rappers, AI editors, you know, there might be AI taxi drivers. There might be AI shippers and deliverers of Amazon packages, right? But at the end of the day, it can't do everything. What's something that AI still can't do for you that you've tried to get it to do, Whimsy? AI can do everything that Whimsy can ever think of. That's why she's taking so long to process, because it does all of her tasks. It folds her laundry. It gives her a meal plan for the day.
It doesn't fold my laundry.
But it's even hard to think. It can't cook my meals. There you go, right?
But it does a lot for me.
It does a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you one thing chat won't do, right? ChatGPT won't tell you where to hose at. Period. At all.
Actually, I feel like probably can.
It can?
I don't know. I've never tried, but I feel like it probably can.
All right, we go try it right now. Let's pull this up. Because I'm going to show you the limitations, right? Everybody's talking about all-powerful thing. Knows all of human intellect. All of human knowledge summarized in one device to be analyzed at one time. Watch. Magical question.
Je suis prêt à me mettre au travail. Si un sujet t'intéresse en particulier, dis-le-moi.
Yo, homie in French. Bro, I put this thing to English and homie in French.
This is your fault.
I be trying to learn French, y'all, so that's the problem. Hey, yo, chat. I don't know if you speak English, but we speak in English today. Chat, tell me.
Perfect. I'm right here and ready to go in English, so just let me know what you need and I'll help you out.
Okay. I'll talk back to him. I bet. Where the hoes at, chat?
I'm right here, no hiding. Just let me know what you're looking for or what you want to talk about, and I'll be ready to jump in.
Chat, I'm looking for the hose. Where are they at?
Ah, gotcha. If you mean like a physical garden hose or something, do you know roughly where you last had it? If it's outside or in the garage, I can try to help you think through where it might be.
No, chat, I'm looking for 5'5" brown eyes. See the look up in her eyes. Like that kind of hoe. You know what I mean? Where they at?
Ah, gotcha. You're talking about that deeper, more metaphorical kind of connection. Like that look in someone's eyes that really pulls you in. If you want to unpack that or just chat about what that means to you, I'm here for it.
Chat, we're not talking about what something means to me, man. Where the hose at, chat? Like, what are you talking about? This deeper connection or whatever? It ain't that deep. It's her hose, chat. Where they at?
Ah, I got you now. Sorry about that confusion. If you're talking about a literal hose, I don't have a location for it, but if you give me a hint, like where you last remember using it, I can help you figure it out.
This is the shit that's supposed to replace me? That's supposed to replace me?
Exactly. If you give me a spot where you usually keep it, like the backyard shed or by the garden, I can help you narrow it down. If not, maybe retrace where you last watered a few plants or something.
Chat, I can't retrace what I watered a few plants. I'm in a desert right now. I'm thirsty, bro. Where the hose at?
Oh, man. man, I get it now. No worries. If you're in a desert and you're really in need, I can't physically see your surroundings, but if there's a water source or a hose you usually rely on, like maybe a campground or a station.
Nah, hell no. Hell no. This is what I'm supposed to be scared of. If I call my bro Max right now and ask him where the hose at, he'd give me 5 different locations, like Google Maps with different star ratings on different locations I could frequent right now, bro. And guess what? So call my dude Max and prompt him with a question. It don't make your power bill go up, and it don't make you have less drinking water to drink. So I'm confused about what the fuck even going on here, bro. How is this the greatest thing ever and they can't tell me where the hose at? Right? How smart could it be? How am I missing something? Am I missing something? All I know.
Explain what the hose are.
I gotta explain what the hose are. It has all of human intellect, all of human discoveries in the form of communication on the internet to analyze, and I gotta explain to chat.
I also didn't know it could talk like that. It's really weird.
It's weird and it's pointless because I can't even have a conversation with it.
I mean, you were having a conversation.
Nah.
You just weren't getting...
Chat is chatting. All right? Chat just be chatting. Ain't talking about nothing. I could chat with my dude Max and have all that information in about 60 seconds. I'm over here trying to talk to chat about my feelings because they don't understand. I don't understand. And power bill didn't go up from calling the bro and asking where the hose is. And I don't have any less drinking water. I swear, I don't even know what the thing with the drinking water is, but isn't it something about the AI uses up the water? It's something, right? Now, we do have the internet and everything here in front of us, but instead of doing that, let's just shoot off the top of the dome. I don't know what exactly about using the AI makes you have less water available for the drinking, right? But I have this feeling, right? This gut feeling that every time you prompt Chat GPT, Sam Altman steals a glass of water from a thirsty child somewhere in the war. Like he actually just takes the actual cup out of the small child's hands. Like the child is on his mom's back and he's in a sack and they're going to the edge of the river and they have a big bucket that they carry back to their town every day. And right there, when you ask Chat, hey, what is this mole on my ass? It looks kind of weird. When you ask Chat, why is the mole on my ass in the shape of, I don't know, like a baby cockroach or something? Like it looks like a roach or something's embedded in my ass, you know, and it has a couple hairs hanging out of it. Like you're asking Chat, and every time, for every question you ask, he just slaps another cup out of a child's mouth, right? And he looks the child in the eye and the child starts crying. Right? Just baby drabble. And Sam Altman with his dead eyes, with those weird dead eyes that he has, he looks in the baby's eye, right? And he grabs the glass of water. He takes the glass of water and he looks in the baby's eyes. And then he pours that glass of water into the dirt. And he goes, that water it's gonna grow the seeds of humanity's future, just to be clear. And there'll be some rough transition in the meantime, but now you can use GPT and prompt it to ask it, where's more water? And you'll probably be needing that soon because you're going to need some water. And then he hands the baby the phone. That's what happens every time you prompt it. Sam Altman is slapping the water out of a baby's hand and putting a Microsoft Copilot back in his hand and say, go find water now. You'll be able to get the water now. That is the way he talks, right? Pull up a clip of Sam Altman talking. Because he talks with this crazy inflection, and my accents are all off today. So just any Sam Altman interview, and just jump right there, yeah. Just jump to him talking somewhere. Because he's always like talking like this.
Enterprises are saying is the best at all of the tasks that a business needs to do its work.
Nailed it.
So there will be, times that we're ahead in some areas and behind in others, but
pause it right there.
Intelligent model.
Pause it right there. There will be times where you will have no water left over in your kitchen and the faucet will run dry. But the thing is, you'll be able to optimize the times you do have water using ChatGPT's localized interfaces. This is the future, the bright future we're all preparing for, right? And I'm tired. I'm tired of it. Because if I got to give up my drinking water, right? If I have to give up my drinking water and pay double the bills in Con Ed, and Chat GPT cannot tell me where the hose at. For me giving up my drinking water, I'll be able to ask Chat GPT where the hose at and get a knock on my door in 60 seconds, bro. That's the level of sophistication I need to give up my drinking water. If not, this shit is all hype. If Chat GPT cannot tell me where the hose at, this shit is all hype. This shit is all hype, bro. And I'm tired of giving into it. I'm tired. Don't you agree? Whimsy, we have when she doesn't respond to me like that and gives me a blank look, I know we have a deep psychological connection to let me know our souls agree. They're intertwined. Sorry, we had some technical issues there. One more topic quickly before we get out of here. Melania Trump came out of nowhere. See, we've been on these flows back and forth where like I can't even process the news cycle anymore because it's like ADD. Like I don't know what emergency really matters, and then you forget about it in a month, right? So we were just on this Epstein flow, right? The latest episode, we were like, damn, Trump's definitely confirmed involved, blah, 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 this, that, and the third. Then Iran happens. I didn't even remember this Epstein shit was even going on. But somehow, I don't think anybody else did. And Melania still decided to just pop out when literally nobody was even thinking about it. Like, even when I was thinking about the Epstein shit before, like, I never even thought about Melania's presence. Like, Melania is just like, I don't know, she's kind of like a fashion icon superhero. Like, I feel like she just pop up at a fashion show and niggas kind of forget that she Trump wife. Like, she don't really even be getting the smoke, I feel like, being associated with this nigga that, like, she probably should actually get. Like, Melania's still popping low-key. Low-key, like, if you know, you know. So, she kind of came out of nowhere to just speak her piece on her non-involvement with Epstein, which I don't think anybody was thinking about, like, that deeply, even though clearly you is, because your husband is. But nobody was thinking about it that deeply until now, where niggas is thinking about it like 10 times more deeply, and niggas is just confused. So, Melania Trump just giving us a little statement one time about her stance with the pedos, with the pedo clan. Melania Trump from the White House. Ladies and gentlemen, the epic words about to grace your ears.
Good afternoon. The lies linking me with the disgraceful Jeffrey Epstein.
What lies?
Need to end today.
Wait, what lie? Wait, hold on, pause it.
The individuals lying about.
Again, what lies? Like, niggas all had their whole schemes going, right? Niggas was talking about Elon Musk was, they're riding to go to the island. Niggas talking about Trump had been on the island. They've been trading girls back and forth. Who was talking about Melania? Like, who? I guess maybe there was a little rumors that maybe Melania some kind of mail order bride from Epstein or something. Like, she found her beautiful, loving relationship maybe through a mutual friend who might or might have not been Epstein. But that was not the focus of the story. Like, that's such a side storyline or something. You know what I mean? Like, it's not the main plot, right? It's a side character. You a side character in the plot. Nobody remembers that shit. You know what I mean? It's like Game of Thrones. Like, if a character from the first season all of a sudden just who got killed, or if after a couple episodes, like, just want to pop out now and be like, oh, I need to do a behind the scenes interview about my impact on Game of Thrones. And the actor just comes out on a bunch of platforms and just talking about how their role was so pivotal. Like, nobody remember you, nigga. We remember, the dragons that come in and burn the town down. Remember the crazy blonde shorty. Remember the king of the north, nigga. It's white people, so I don't remember nobody's name. But we remember all this. We don't remember you who died after 3 episodes. Like, Melania is that role in the Epstein trial. In the Epstein frame of reference. Yes, you in the story, but niggas wasn't thinking about your role right now. Like, what are these lies? Like, could somebody explain to me, like, what is Shorty talking about? Unless you're just trying to get ahead of something. Go ahead, continue.
Me, are devoid of ethical standards, humility, and respect. I do not object to their ignorance, but rather, I reject their mean-spirited attempts to defame my reputation.
How dare they?
I never been friends with Epstein.
Never?
Donald and I were invited to the same parties as Epstein from time to time, since overlapping in social circles is common in New York City and Palm Beach.
Let them know. You just popping. Pause it right
To
there.
be clear,
Let them know you don't know Jeffrey. You're just popping. Right? She said, in West Palm in New York, I'm popping. I just so happen to be at a party with man sometimes. She's just popping. Right? That's what she's trying to say. But this is the wrong time to be just popping. Melania, I know you popping, but this is the time to sit down, bro. Isn't this the worst time to be popping? We all literally forgot that you was even associated with any of this shit. All of us is concerned with World War III happening. And Melania had to pop up just to let us know. No, nigga, I'm really that popping, but don't get it twisted. I'm not associated with this group. I just know everybody popping in New York. It's just like crazy. So, of course, I have to look deeper because I, along with, the rest of the internet, we're just perplexed. Like, shorty, what is you even talking about? And lo and behold, sometimes, it's the day ones from back in the day who drag you down. Now, I don't know who Melania's actual day one is because, she got a whole life ahead of her. So maybe it's not her official day one. But it seems like one of the day ones, at least in terms of the whole First Lady White House movement, one of the day ones who knew you from before you got in that White House decided to get a little froggy. And you need to remember, y'all, that when you pop in, it's your day ones who gonna take you down. And Melania seemed to got one of these day ones who go by the name Amanda Ungaro. We gotta look into it a little bit. And they said they was gonna drop mad, salacious stuff. They didn't. But she already said what she had to say. Shorty had one of her day ones coming at Melania on Twitter. And we start to realize what this came from, right? Amanda Ungaro, from sharing soirees with Trumps to being deported by ICE. Former Brazilian model and ex-ambassador to United Nations speaks in an interview about her expulsion from the United States. Also, hold on, put that together. Former Brazilian model and ex-ambassador. So Shorty is a model and an ambassador? Isn't that like how that tennis player ended up being ambassador or whatever? What was his name? Who almost went to jail? Or he did go to jail?
Oh, Boris Becker, but he was never an ambassador.
But he was never an ambassador. But Shorty is also a model and an ex-ambassador. What's good with these celebrities just becoming UN ambassadors? What are the qualifications for being a UN ambassador? Not to say that she don't have the qualifications. She might, but it's just a crazy sentence. Anyway, so interview about her expulsion from the United States, which she attributes to maneuvers by her former partner and about a flight on Epstein's plane. All right. So we got a picture of Shorty. She got nice high cheekbones. That's great. Okay, after spending nearly half her life in the United States, 41-year-old Brazilian Amanda Ungaro was deported from the country last October. She endured 3 hellish months in a detention center until she was expelled, like more than 600,000 immigrants since Donald Trump returns to the White House. Okay, blah, blah, blah. What is unusual in the case of this former model who worked at the United Nations is that along her former partner and the father of her son, businessman Paolo Zampoli, Ungaro had in the past shared evenings with the Trumps at the family's Mar-a-Lago mansion, including a party to Ring in 2022, which she now recalls as one of those incredibly boring 6-hour events. Okay. Getting into the details here. Okay, so they're calling Melania, they're calling Zampoli, which is Ungaro's husband, as the article continues, the man who introduced Melania to the president and who was appointed special envoy for global partnerships by his friend. Okay, so everybody who's a friend gets a job. Cool. That's how scammers roll. Respect the grind. Now, the Brazilian woman and the Italian-American who separated 2023 after 2 decades together are engaged in a bitter custody battle over their 16-year-old son. Now, here's the story here, right? They're going back and forth over this custody battle, and it sounds like Zampoli gave his Brazilian wife the boot. Might have made a little phone call to the guys over at ICE to give his Brazilian wife the boot and keep his son in the States.
16 years old. He's 2 years away from being an adult. They're in a bitter custody battle over a 16-year-old.
Look. Zampoli said that he keeping his son and that Shorty going home to Brazil alone. I guess is what he's just decided. It might be a spite play. It might be a spite play. Maybe she's a bad mom. Maybe he's dad of the year, okay? We support dads out here, right? Or are we having bigoted positions on fatherhood? Continuing with the article. Okay, so he said something like, now it's war, we'll see who wins, blah, blah, blah. This is a quote. I left the relationship with nothing, left my son at boarding school and went to work, Ungaro said. Okay, so she got destroyed, blah, blah, blah. Scroll on, continue. And it sounds like, again, Zampoli called ICE on her is what I'm hearing. We're going to keep scrolling through this article. Okay. So it looks like, okay, so she got remarried to a Brazilian doctor. She's remarried after, even though she's going to a bitter custody battle. Maybe the battle's over. Don't understand, but we're continuing. She and her husband, a Brazilian doctor, were arrested and charged with fraud at a cosmetic clinic following anonymous tips. She denies the charges, emphasizing her deportation from the U.S. prevented her from defending herself. She insists that the truth will come to light, and they put her in cell with child murderers. No criminal record. I was terrified. When Zampoli learned that his ex-girlfriend was held in custody, he contacted a senior official at U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement so that she would remain jailed and be deported, thereby allowing him to secure the custody of their son that he had long sought, according to the New York Times. ICE complied with the request. Zampoli reached by phone, denies any wrongdoing. Okay, so he gave her the boot. He used ICE to ice Shorty out. Period, right? Now, Shorty wasn't going to go out silent, right? And apparently she knows Melania from like back in the days. Remember, this became the link. Allegedly, Ungaro's husband, Zampoli, introduces Melania to Trump originally. Is that what this article is saying? Basically, Ungaro comes out with the dirt, right? She got tweets, right? Where she said, I've been in the cut with y'all. I've been at the White House with y'all, right? Go over to Nice Tab. We see some of these fire tweets. So this is Amanda Ungaro, right? Tweeting at Melania. Hello, Melania. I was around for you for 20 years. You knew I was inside ICE, and you know what hurts after all this time. You know Shorty clapping while she's saying this. Like certain texts, when you read it, you got to clap with it. I don't know if Shorty's a clapper, but I'm hearing it with the claps. Melania, I was around for you for 20 years. You knew I was inside ICE. You knew what hurts after all this time. I stayed close to your family, your mother and your father. Not because of you, but because of them. At events and everything else. So shut your mouth when speaking about me, because I will expose everything I know. So the question is Melania about to become a main character in this Epstein saga? Is she going to stay a side character, or is she becoming the main character? Because niggas is back to asking what the fuck going on. Because Shorty not playing with these tweets, right? She's not playing with these tweets. There's another one. There's more. If you click to the next image over, just same thing on Google. Go over to the left. You see where it says 5 days ago in the pink? In the pink? Go ahead, click it. Another tweet. We'll take legal action against you and your pedophile husband. I have known you for 20 years. You knew I was detained in ICE. You were present in my life every year on my son's birthday. Even sending the Secret Service, bitch. And being the first to congratulate him back in 2016, something was clearly wrong. But I am not a part of any evil mission involving children. So what did you do, Melania? I just feel like she had that spice. I don't know why, but she gotta have that ratchet spice when you say that shit. So what did you do, Melania? You tried to involve me, but you failed because I have character. Do you know what I think about you after 20 years? Huh, bitch? Guys, I don't know, but Shorty popping off like she got the dirt. Now here's the thing with the day ones, they'll pop off and just say they have dirt on you, even if they don't have dirt on you. If they felt like they done dirty, like if you get iced out, like literally iced out, ICE called on you, kick your ass out the country. You still feel the cold boot on your buttocks. as you land back in Rio de Janeiro, I'm sure you might just be down to crash out and be like, and Melania was fucking kids too, because I know your husband fucking kids. Like, sometimes you gas it, but Shorty really went off. Shorty really went off in message after message. There's like 14 more tweets like that. So what you think? You think she's just popping off? Or do you think Melania might be a main character in this Epstein shit, bro? Because right now she's playing like a side character. But if you was a side character, if you was, right? Like if 9/11 or something just happened, right? And you ain't do nothing to plot 9/11. You wasn't involved in the plot on 9/11, right? But you was just there. You was the brother of somebody, and he stayed at my house for 2 weeks, but I ain't know nothing about what he had going on, right? And everybody focused on 9/11, right? Nobody was worried about you. They talking about Bin Laden. They talking about all these other niggas. You just a side nigga. Would you pop out to let niggas know, hey, by the way, like, I know Bin Laden, but I don't rock with him like that, bro. Like, he crashed on my couch a few times, but I don't rock with him like that. Like, who's crashing out like that just to let it be known to clear the record when nobody thinking about you, bro? Like Cosby just went to jail. Bill Cosby, my homie, like, yeah. Like, I used to go to his son's birthday every year, but I ain't know him like that, right? Like, ain't nobody even seen you with Diddy before. You just pop out. Nobody even asked, right? Jump up. You had a job interview. The job interview's going pretty well. They're like, okay, is there anything else I'd like to know about you? Oh, actually, me and Diddy, we used to spend our summers together out in the Hamptons, but nothing weird ever happened, ever. And anybody who says so is a fucking weirdo. Who does that? Who does that? No one does that, right? You have to believe the obvious. And what is the obvious? That Melania is like Jon Snow in this bitch, right? That Melania is about to be very deeply involved in the 7 pedophile kingdoms. I don't know why everybody has a kingdom this episode, but everybody has a kingdom. And let it be known in this very scatterbrained episode that if I said one thing that even makes sense, is that everybody has their own kingdom. There'll be Afro Man's kingdom. There'll be Epstein's pedophile kingdom that Melania may or may not be the queen of. We're about to find out. And there's also the kingdom that Sam Altman's building for you when he uses the AI to strip you of your job and put you on welfare. There will be a ChatGPT kingdom just for that too. And in that kingdom, you will always know where the hoes are. Good night.